The Zoom Podtrack P4 Mini mixer is ideal for recording podcasts on the go. With 4 XLR inputs and 4 headphone jacks, this little guy makes recording audio a piece of cake. Starting at the top of the mixer, we have 4 XLR inputs and 4 corresponding fader knobs to control the gain or input volume. If the microphone you are using requires phantom power, you can flip the switch just below the knob that indicates the phantom power or 48 volts of electricity has been turned on. Microphones such as the Electro Voice RE20 do not need 48 volts, whereas condenser microphones would need that extra power to operate. Something else worth mentioning about the last 2 switches is that those 2 channels can be used as a USB plug-in and an aux jack. Below the switches, you can mute and unmute tracks with these buttons. The pad allows you to pick pre-selected audio bytes to play live. You can select sounds from the menu or import them from a computer. Use the fader knob to control the volume of the sound bytes. Next to the fader, you have menu, play, pause, stop, and record buttons, which will also function as your navigation tools. Underneath that is your faders for headphone monitoring. In order to start recording your podcast, you're going to want to insert and format the SD card. To do this, go to Menu, Settings, SD card, and then Format. Press the Execute to erase all data. Once you've formatted the SD card, it's time to plug in your microphone and make sure it's set to the correct volume. To do this, you want to keep an eye on the decibel meter, using the input volume knob to make sure that it doesn't exceed or drop below the middle mark. For best results, set it to where it dances just above the middle. It can be tricky balancing the headphone monitor with the actual volume, so it's important to pay attention to the meter. Hit the record button when you're ready to record, and the stop button to finish the recording. Well, that's about everything that you need to know about this Podtrack P4 Mini mixer to get started on your next podcast.